Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, June 12th, looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES NQ. My, oh my, what a day. Well, first the market explodes, right, on the CPI number. We have large gaps. These gaps hold. The market gets some serious gyrations at 2 o'clock and then again when Powell spoke. But the bottom line is this. No matter, look. You know, the funny thing is, 40 years, 6 rate cuts. Then we went down to 3 in March. Now, at best, 1. Some are even voting for none. So, again, and we hit all-time highs today. So what does that mean? It means it's all garbage. It means the market will care when it wants to care. The market does what it wants to do. Okay? The Fed doesn't dictate it. Nothing dictates it. The market makes the news, not the other way around. Okay? We all know every number is BS and fake anyway, considering we have $37 trillion in debt. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So tomorrow you have PPI. Then you have a 30-year bond auction. And the market will, gyrate with both those things. Bottom line is, when the market wants to be long, it's long. When it wants to get out, it gets out. Please remember that. And please trade that way. Okay? This profile gives us some really, really good edges to do that. Now, let's go over righty. Holds the gap, but at one point late went trend down. A small price probe. Now, they are still balanced on the daily. All this did was put the daily in balance. So now, I don't even think they took out this day's high. That would be your balance high. If not today, depending on which one is higher. And the balance low would be yesterday. But they held the gap. Okay? I might look at all the charts real quickly today because I am leaving early Friday. Okay? So I'll do them quickly today just to see where we're at. NQ holds a large gap, right? Now the gap is 430. Actually, the gap, I'm losing my mind. The gap starts at 375 to 263. So it's still 112 points. Nope, that's not the gap. That's the overnight. I didn't extend this enough. The gap gets filled at 247. So it's even bigger than that. Okay? So they hold the gap. 12 wide POC. Now, they do have some excess at the all-time high. So I'm sure there'll be people that have been getting crushed on the sell side. Screaming excess. Now, excess ends one auction and begins another. Well, that already occurred. After L made its high, a new auction began, and we went lower. Now, NQ never took out both sides of the IB. ES did again for the 45th time this year. Okay? So we'll see if this excess holds. Definitely something to keep an eye on. But I wouldn't call the Bulls party over just yet. Let's see if they hold the gap. Things of that nature. Remember, a lot of times the market doesn't really digest what came out today until tonight, and tomorrow it goes. Now, for sure, it would be interesting, man, if we gap lower and we left a true island top. Well, then the sellers could get maybe a little giddy, at least for the short term. But let's see what happens. ES goes out. We had a poor high. And boy, oh boy, I was patient as hell. I shorted 54 in ES, took 8 points out of it. Boy, oh boy, would have crushed it because I thought all they wanted to do is repair the poor high. ES goes out with a price probe. Now, generally, I use 40 to 50 cents below that previous low. We kind of got there, but because the gap is still very large, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to give the bulls their due. We just missed a perfect point of control for the first time this year. We were 12 for 12, M period. Late kind of tried and then gave it up. So no perfect POC for ES. The only trade I took after C period was the short now. That's it. I had a good morning in A, B, and C. I longed NQ. We opened, pushed down, started going up, longed it to get the overnight high, did well on that. I actually longed B period on the initial turnover and I thought it was going to pop A's high, and it didn't. Came in, I took it off. But when it started going back up, took it again, and boom, popped it and got that back in more. C period. We were actually trend up at one point. But when they came and filled the singles in NQ, took a long, and that was a nice one as it went right back up. And again, that was my only trades until L period when I shorted ES. There was nothing really that was enticing to me. And like I said, after 2, I rarely trade. So that short up here was very rare for me. But I thought that's all they wanted to accomplish, especially since ES really wasn't pushing higher the way NQ was. NQ was pushing closer, and even with this spike. So worked out nicely. As far as destinations, 54.50 is our all-time high in ES. 41.75 is 12 wide. 16.25 is today's low. And then the gap gets filled at 85.25. In SPY, our all-time high is 544.12. 12 wide at 542.82. Oh, I didn't put in the low. Look at this. Today's low is 540.30. And bear with me, 612.24. And then the gap gets filled in SPY. Oh, boy. All the way down here. I like to put this little gray thing in to have a nice little idea where the gap gets filled. And the gap gets filled at 537.01. Let me take you to all the charts real quick. Since I'm not going to be here on Friday. And things changed a little bit today. Well, at least I want to just look at how they look. So here we go. All right, nothing changed on the monthly and daily for ES. But here, monthly and weekly. Here's your daily. Right? Balance rule number 3. Come out of a balance high or low and don't look back. Well, that's what we did today. We exploded out on a gap and didn't look back. Up. So we're up on all 3 time frames there. Triple Q's been up in all 3 time frames. I called them up yesterday and now again on the gap. So they continue up, right? The weekly, monthly, it's all up. So IWM is the one. Now look at this. IWM's weekly is down. Look how close they came to caking out last week's high. Within 30-something cents and failed. So right now, even though they rallied, had a great day today, to me, IWM's still down. In fact, they're one-time framing down. Well, last week was an outside week down. So it would have been 4 weeks in a row, except last week they took out that prior week's high. But I'm still calling them down for now. And the daily is balanced. Why is it balanced? Because markets don't go bare bull. I had the daily down for 3 days in a row. Okay? Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So today, to me, all we did is come back into balance. Now, like I said, when I showed you the other thing, I would use this as the balance high. So, to me, the balance high is May 23rd on IWM. So if we take out today's high, we should go get it. If we don't, still balance. Now, our volume in SPY, 60 million. Our average is a putrid 67.8 million. So, again, it's better than it's been, but it really, really stinks. I hope you guys and gals had a good day trading. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.